News just coming in from Bengaluru. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has stoked a fresh controversy with unsavoury remarks against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Attending the Bengaluru Literature Fest, Shashi Tharoor has compared Prime Minister Modi with a scorpion. He said there's an extraordinarily striking metaphor expressed by an unnamed RSS source to a journalist that Modi is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling. You can't remove him with your hand and you cannot hit it with a chappal either. That's the latest controversial comment coming in from Shashi Tharoor. Listen in.
There's an extraordinarily striking metaphor expressed by an unnamed RSS source to the journalist Vinod Jose of the Caravan, which I quote here, in which they express their frustration with their inability to curb Mr. Modi. And the man says, Mr. Modi, he says, is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling. You cannot remove him with your hand.
So there you have the Congress MP Shashi Tharoor caught in controversy yet again, irking the BJP with that comment. What's interesting though is he's attributing this to an unnamed source from within the RSS and claiming that the statement has been made by an RSS person who he refuses to name while speaking at the Bengaluru Literature Festival. Of course, this is not the first time that Shashi Tharoor has spoken on Prime Minister Modi, but this is the latest comment coming in from the Congress MP, where he has said that as far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, he's like a scorpion. Let's just listen in to that controversial statement once again.
There's an extraordinarily striking metaphor expressed by an unnamed RSS source to the journalist Vinod Jose of the Caravan, which I quote here, in which they express their frustration with their inability to curb Mr. Modi. And the man says, Mr. Modi, he says, is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling. You cannot remove him with your hand.
Nolan Pittu now joins me in the phone line. Nolan, I can see the book that Shashi Tharoor has recently authored in his hand, but if you could tell us in what context this statement was made by the Congress MP.
Well, in fact, he was actually speaking over there, releasing his book, talking about his book at the Bengaluru Literature Festival. Now, over there, he was talking about the various topics, that he has written on. And when it came to this particular topic about Moditwa, he said that it's not Modi alone and not Hindutva alone. Modi has done something, bringing in both together. It's not Hindutva, it's Moditwa. This is the type of expression which many people are now using. He went on to talk about the relationship that Prime Minister Modi has with the RSS. And he very clearly went on to state that Modi has
with the RSS, and he very clearly went on to state that Modi has not removed the RSS completely from him. It's there, it's part there and part not there. In fact, the exact words, I actually want to say that he says that he's been able to manage his affiliation to the RSS and Hindutva movement, while at the same time he has been able to ensure that he is larger than the RSS and he appeals to people beyond it. Basically, he went to talk about Modi as an individualist. And this particular statement, when he talks about explaining the relationship between Prime Minister Modi and the RSS of the scorpion on a shivling, he says that it's very simple, because if you touch the scorpion, if you try to remove the scorpion with your hands, it will sting you or you will get stung. But if you try and use a chappal to hit the scorpion on the shivling, you will be basically undermining the various tenets of the religion on which the scorpion sits. So he says this is the level of frustration that the RSS has with Prime Minister Modi, but there's no go for them. They have to live with it. And this, he says, a senior journalist was told by a very, very senior RSS functionary. And this is what he was trying to explain.
Of course, Nolan, this is going to lead to a huge political face-off also, with the BJP fuming over the comment made there by Shashi Tharoor. Hold on for a minute. Let's just listen into Shashi Tharoor's controversial comment once again, and then we'll get back to Nolan.
There's an extraordinarily striking metaphor expressed by an unnamed RSS source to the journalist Vinod Jose of the Caravan, which I quote here, in which they express their frustration with their inability to curb Mr. Modi. And the man says, Mr. Modi, he says, is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling. You cannot remove him with your hand.
Coming back to you, Nolan, it's not the first time that we've heard Shashi Tharoor talk of Prime Minister Modi, but like in the past, we should expect this also to turn into a huge political face-off in the coming days.
Well, maybe and maybe not, but considering the fact that Shashi Tharoor also wanted to make this statement because he was trying to sell his book, basically the paradoxical Prime Minister at the Bengaluru Literature Festival. So it was not just this particular issue. He spoke about various issues of the governance in the past 4.5 years, about Prime Minister Modi's foreign policy, about his economic decisions, about so many other issues. And he also went on to state at times, yes, he has been able to do something good, but many times the intent and the intention has not been there. So this was all about talking about his particular book, The Paradoxical Prime Minister, that Shashi Tharoor has actually written. But yes, like you state, we have to just wait and watch and see how the BJP as well as the RSS central leadership respond to this, because he very clearly says that a senior journalist told him what a very, very senior RSS functionary had to talk about, the very relationship, this problem, if one could call it, between the RSS and Modi. And he uses the word because the RSS has not been able to pull Prime Minister Modi under the discipline that
Nolan, do stay with me. We also
others.
have Raghav Avasthi, RSS ideologue, joining me on the phone line. Raghav, what do you make of Shashi Tharoor's comment? He claims it's not his observation, but it comes from someone within the RSS who's made this comment. It's quite controversial in itself, isn't it?
So I think this someone from within the RSS has been making this comment, assuming that this person is from the RSS, which I don't think he is. He has been making this comment ever since Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. And if you read this March 2012 article by Vinod Jose for the Caravan magazine, which is a rag that nobody really reads, then the exact same statement has been attributed to some senior RSS functionary who has not been named. So I think this little metaphor has now become something that this secular brigade trots out from time to time and attributes the statement to a senior RSS functionary. So I don't think we should set any store by it whatsoever. What I don't understand is that, who is this RSS functionary who's been saying the same thing time and again ever since Narendra Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. And I would ask you to just read this article that I'm talking about. It was published in March 2012. So, I really don't know what to make of it. And I think Shashi Tharoor should probably do his homework much better before making
So would you say in a way that he's trying to highlight the possible rumored, according to the Congress at least, differences within the RSS and the BJP?
So the point is this, these rumors have been floating around in exactly the same fashion since 2012 at the very least. Today we are in the end of 2018. So I really don't understand what is it that the Congress hopes to achieve by stoking such rumors.
All right, Raghav Avasthi, thanks for joining us on the phone line there. Shashi Tharoor's comment will turn out to be highly controversial in the coming days, especially you've heard the BJP in the past also come out in the Prime Minister's defense. This time as well, we're expecting the same. Listen in to what he said at the Bengaluru Literature Festival.
There's an extraordinarily striking metaphor expressed by an unnamed RSS source to the journalist Vinod Jose of the Caravan, which I quote here, in which they express their frustration with their inability to curb Mr. Modi. And the man says, Mr. Modi, he says, is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling. You cannot remove him with your hand.
Nolan is with us. He's live from Bengaluru. Nolan, it's not the first time, like I mentioned earlier, that Shashi Tharoor has had something to say about the Prime Minister or his party. Remember, he even went on to say that BJP is turning India into a Hindu Pakistan in the past. It seems that with the elections coming closer, Shashi Tharoor as well as the Congress is targeting Prime Minister Modi in every possible way, be it Rafale or be it the rumored differences between the RSS and the BJP.
We're not too sure what Shashi Tharoor, his main intention was while trying to make this comment. Like I mentioned before, he was trying to explain from certain passages in his book about topics that he has actually written on, about the RSS's relationship, Modi's relationship, because he also makes this one point. He said that never in the history of India have we seen, and also even during Vajpayee's government, wherein ministers, this is what he says, wherein ministers and ministries basically keep traveling to Nagpur, get directions and basically actually get
Right, no,
reviewed
I
by
will
the
have to
RSS
request you
authorities
to
and they
hold
head
on
back
to
Delhi.
that
So
thought
he was-
because we have Mr. Prakash also joining us on the phone line. Mr. Prakash, the first reaction from your party on what Shashi Tharoor had to say at the Bengaluru Literature Festival.
No, I believe Mr. Shashi Tharoor and the Congress party is obsessed with the RSS influence, the so-called influence of RSS over the government. Time and again, RSS has reiterated they will not interfere in the administration. But as the elections are drawing close, now they are accusing Narendra Modi in all possible languages by every Tom, Dick and Harry of Congress party. And Shashi Tharoor is not lagging behind it. While launching the book, he wanted to create a controversy over a statement so that he can also sell his books out of that controversy. And people have recognized the contribution and of Narendra Modi, and those frustrated souls have to understand the people's sentiment are not with them, it is with the Bharatiya Janata Party and under the leadership of Narendra Modi.
All right, Mr. Prakash, thanks for joining us there on the phone line.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.